Welcome everyone to my live stream here on Twitch and lichess. I don't know what the volume was on for. Alright, ready to get going here. Weird Wednesday. Unusual openings. We're taking blitz and rapid challenges up to 7+3. 5-3 through 7+3. There it is, the chess 960. Oh my god, not again. Alright, the fan is turned off. I'm actually missing the white noise because we have some ambulances in the background. I think the fan was actually kind of covering them up. Now it seems like more noticeable when I get outside noises. But it probably sounds more clear this way. Troll in a roll, Dracofire. Troll in a roll with the 1499. He hasn't played since the streamer battle. How is your chess 960 1499? No, it's true though. The chess 960 ratings are deflated. So if you're 1499 in chess 960, you're probably like 1800 in regular chess. Very deflated the ratings there. I just lost my challenge. Okay, troll in a roll. Dracofire 1938. 6+4. Troll's always here. The early bird gets the worm. Astrobate. Is that one of your quotes? Knight in the corner is a problem. Juicebox Wizard. The Juicebox Wizard. Alright guys, just getting started here. We're taking challenges 5-3 through 7+3. Casual. Only. The English opening with the knight on A1 is always very fun. We can fianchetto on the king side. I kind of like that. No obvious weak points in the position. If D5 takes, queen takes, bishop G2 with a good position. This looks good, getting our bishop out. Good job, Astrobate. Russador's here early today. Speaking of early, bang bang. Knight in the center looks kind of difficult to I don't know what's the word. Extricate? Extricate's when it's like something in my pieces. To remove from that powerful post there. Normally I would have a knight coming to C3 in a Sicilian structure like this. E4 is very bad from a positional standpoint because my d-pawn will be backward. So this piece is a kind of problem for white. It's going to be very, very difficult to get that off of there. And it's right in the center of the board. We're going to have to live with it for a while. I don't anticipate, playing E4, and especially after setting up a fianchetto on the king side, we don't want to have this bishop blocked in. So Troll was smart to wait until he played knight b6 to play d5 and then take with a knight. This looks excellent. Castle, castle. Whoops. What's wrong with this picture? Wait, it's not my turn. I had this hallucination that Troll castled. That's crazy. You're not castled. Your rook is on h8. We're still waking up here. Would that mean being an early worm is for the birds? Extradite. I didn't say extradite, did I? Extradite that night. Alright, guys. Silence is never good. Bishop d2. We can kind of counterbalance knight on d5, but how am I going to get rid of it? Look at my knights. It would take this one. Okay, to e3, but it's not really a great square. I have to just live with that thing on d5 dominating the whole center. Pretty unpleasant. As a Sicilian player, I think about this kind of thing. When I'm black, the knight on d4. In the open, Sicilian is a very dominant piece. If you exchange it too early, you may bring other pieces to a powerful square. Say he has a bishop on e6. Even if I had a knight on c3, I could trade it off. He would just recapture with the bishop. That would dominate the center as well. It would trade off my fianchetto with the bishop. So it's difficult to get rid of that in an effective way. Even if I had a knight on c3, he would just defend it with another piece, keep recapturing. But troll, you're disconnected or something. He spent like 2 minutes on his last move. What's going on here? c5? I thought maybe c5. Marazzi. Sorry. I think he wants to castle, so he's putting his bishop on c5. But honestly, c5 looks... pretty good. Alright, bishop c5. What about this pawn at e5? Can I put some pressure on that? Also knight b3 or knight somewhere. Can attack the bishop on b6 or just b4. b4. Ready-made expansion. So I don't know, the bishop c5 move seems a bit odd. Walking right into b4, which is a natural English move. If I play knight b3, I could walk into bishop a4, which could be a good move for my opponent. I'm going to castle and wait and see what he does. I suppose I could have played queen b3, but black can play bishop just c6 here, securing his knight on d5. He'll probably castle as well. If queen b3, c6, something like knight c2, maybe queen b3 is a bad plan. He's got f5, f4, something like that. If a4, we're going to try to trap his bishop and get the pawns out so that my pieces can be behind the pawns. Piece and pawn coordination. We still got all these pieces on the back rank, and as well as black does. We have more though. We've got you beat 6-5 with pieces in a row on the back rank. I mean, if you count the king, obviously it's 7. It's kind of funny. Mastering the back rank pieces. And what's my plan? I was thinking queen b3. This actually takes defense away from f2. But ultimately I need to develop ghetto bird in the air. Keep an eye on the ground here. Very important. Keep those borders closed. Alright, f5, aggressive play by black. I mean, I would think now at this point we start looking at e4, but again, I'm going to have some danger with the f-file. a5 is definitely considerable. Considerable. I'm going to go for it. I don't like that bishop. My pawns are a little ragged. Maybe b5. He just takes and I lose a pawn. So I'm actually starting to consider e4 at this point, even though it's a bit of an anti-positional move. I think I can manage this backwardness here against e3. And there's a lot of dynamics going on. I can take on f5. Coming around for a second loop. Now, I don't think that black should exchange here necessarily. That fixes my pawn structure. It's coming around for a second loop. The ghetto bird. That's really annoying. They're gonna have this like chopper circling the neighborhood. It's unbelievable. Who knows what it is? An aerial survey? I really need to get my knight off of A1. It's still on A1. How about C2 to E3? Bam, he's got this. That's a problem. Man, I might have to play F3, and maybe I should have just played F3 directly to keep this pawn secure. But I think now black has a good game. Knight D6, Knight B5, Bishop H5, here, here, here. Only 2 passes? We're going to go for more. It's not coming back. Trying to roll with the time use. Yeah, you found it, 96. What choice do I have? I mean, Bishop H5 was a problem anyway. I'm trying to play Knight E3. And even if white has a better pawn structure, technically, it seems like black's pieces are pretty good, except for this, maybe the C7 bishop now. He can even try B6, though. B6 with the idea of recapturing the bishop might even be a good idea. It's bad for his structure, though. He leaves himself with 3 isolated pawns if he does that. This is a more natural move. The knight is nice there, but I'm not sure it really does anything since I have... Well, it stops me from Knight E3. Gotta get this knight off of C1. I think we're doing alright. So if bishop takes, check, king h1. Seems to be no problem. And the z5 will be hanging. Standard 1499. You had bishop h5, takes and bishop h5 there. That was pretty strong. Black's pieces are amazingly well coordinated. So he misses a strong tactic. Take, take, bishop h5. I mean, I could take with a knight, I guess. It's also possible I had tactics with e5 myself. I guess I would take with the knight. He could have played bishop h5 first, though. Yeah, I mean, just bishop h5 first. Am I lagging? So check this out, like 2 moves ago. F4 must be a blunder. Bishop h5. I have nowhere to put my queen without dropping the d3 knight. So I have to play bishop f3 or rook f3. I guess bishop h5, bishop f3, rook f3, pawn f4, Bishop f6. It's not that simple. I can take out the knight with bishop f6 and then take back on f4. So maybe the position is okay for white. Troll electing to lose on time. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly the kind of thing it's doing, like takes with the knight. Not with the pawn. It's also possible to give this up, but I don't really like it. I mean, it's a long-range piece. If pawn takes, though, this is a serious problem. A serious problem. All right, Troll, thanks for losing on time. Dracofire 6+3. Guys, we're taking challenges here. It's Weird Openings Wednesday. So I always forget because Troll makes me play Chess 960. We're not going to forget anymore. Welcome to the stream. You play e3. What am I supposed to do with that? That's not an opening. You can't play weird openings against non-openings. It's not even an opening. All right, f5. I wanted to play the Dutch today. Force the Dutch. Where is everybody? Wake up. Come on. Instructive chess with weird openings, blitz and rapid. Let's go. b3. There it is. The Dutch. Maybe e5. How do I handle b3? There was another player, Dracofire, who we played before who used to always play e3, b3. Who was that? Against everything. Been so many people on the stream over the years, I can't remember. Welcome, guys. Slow morning here. All right. This actually seems pretty good for white. I mean, as reasonable as anything else. Solid position for white. You can play like d4. You could even do a double fianchetto. But the normal thing would be like knight f3, d4. I mean, I'm tempted to do the symmetrical b6, bishop e7. Some days are just like that. Troll in a roll is like, I get an important call once in 3 years, and this happened to be the moment during our game. The Russian troll agency calling him with a hot assignment. He finally gets his chance. It was Putin's chef on the phone. We've got a job for you, Troll. Yeah, bishop c5 for 2 minutes, you were thinking. I mean, is a3 a big deal for white here? It doesn't matter. I mean, it might even be a good move for white. I'm thinking like, oh, I'll play bishop b4 and induce him to play a3, as if that's some sort of like significant weakening. I was wondering, I thought you got disconnected or something. You would never think that long on a random move in the opening. So this is odd, though, you know. Why do you want to develop your knight in front of your bishop and in front of your c-pawn? There's only one reason for that move. You intend to play knight e2 and roll over to f4. g3 possibly, but the best plan looks like something like that. The knight can pop back to d3. It's actually not a bad idea. He's studying a lot of Jabava games or something, castling queenside. Just for the fun of it, randomly castling queenside with white. I'm tempted to just go with the a-pawn if he does that. Where's Warnacki? a5 randomly for black here. If white decides to castle queenside, I'll just throw the a-pawn at him. And you're not castling queenside yet. I was thinking about c5, but it's risky. It opens up white's pieces on the long diagonal, that bishop potentially. Then on the other hand, I mean, if I do play c5 and he takes it, he gives up a chunk of control of the center. So it's a move. Like, you could play that. Definitely can play it. How about knight e4, the obvious, captain obvious? It does look strong. That's kind of hard to deal with. I mean, his knight is going to get trapped. Yeah, I have to say, Troll in a Roll, that when you played bishop c5, I mean, I had never considered h5, but I mean, there's some school of thought that says you can play h5 anytime the opponent's fianchettoing, like anytime, even on the second move. e4, c5, g3, h5. So now his knight is the issue. The point was to take with the pawn. It gives us good control of the center. I mean, our bishop is blocked, but there are other factors in this position that have to come into consideration. I mean, that knight is not trapped, but it's very awkward. Right now, I would say his problem is that he can't castle queenside. Of course, he has to watch the knight getting misplaced or trapped, but he can't castle queenside without dropping his f2 pawn. Standard Dutch maneuver. Sadly, I mean, I would like to put my queen on g5, like a French, but I have no access. Access denied. Knight d7. Where the knight will eventually have f6 at least. I can't trap his knight, and it's ridiculous to even waste my time playing stuff like a5, b5. Just leave it on c4 where it's weirdly placed. It hurts him because it blocks his c-pawn. That would normally be an idea. It's like having a knight on f4 in the English opening. It's there, it looks nice, but it doesn't do anything, and it just kind of gets in the way. Speaking of f4, that move I'm a little skeptical of. This is some kind of maniacal sacrifice. I could even take with a rook on f3. Damn, dude. Rook takes, pawn takes, bishop takes. Rook takes, pawn takes, bishop takes. Rook g1, bishop h4 check. King f1. So which way do you want to take this? Or there's always bishop h4 check. But then he has time for king e2. This is really crazy. I was thinking of sacking a rook. It almost works. Queen, bishop h4 check, king e2, bishop f3, pawn f3, rook f3, king f3, queen h5 check, king g2, queen g4 check, king f1, queen f1, f3 check, king g1, and I only have perpetual. No, he has queen g2 there. I'm crazy, so I'm probably lost. So I don't know, this is just really, really crazy sacrifice by white. Can I just take and play queen h4 check or bishop h4 check? I guess I'm just not used to streaming anymore after playing last week in over the board tournament and not streaming, but it seems like there's a sudden increase in ambulances. You guys missed the first one of the day. Yeah, I mean, why do I want to play d5? There's absolutely no need to do that. So I opted not to win concentration. So how many games can you play a day with good concentration? For me, it's 3 tops. Yeah, I mean, obviously it depends on your level of ADHD or whatever. Well, I don't know. I mean, it seems like I used to be able to play a lot. Probably a lot. I don't have time to play as much as I want anymore. I would imagine that I could play quite a few. But I think it's ideal probably to take a short break, you know, between games. Play a game, take a short break. Something like that. Not to play them like non-stop. When you play like a blitz session, I mean, it's normal, especially if you're playing like a match with one player, maybe another game like that, to play a continuous sequence of 10 games or whatever. But I would think like for your concentration to be good and for you to play optimally, I mean, it would be better to take a short break. Maybe even just a couple minutes between games, or even just a minute or two. Yeah. Rook g1 is an excellent move by white. Down to 12 seconds. Nana. Let's consider knight a3. Did not do it. I think it might be the best choice. White's surprisingly solid here. Quite the pawn sacrifice earlier. I mean, bishops are clearly stronger than knights. There doesn't seem to be any doubt. This is an amazing game by white. Hard to believe the Dracofire is 37-1. How is that again? If you can play like this. How are you 1-37? That's unbelievable. Super tough play by white in this game. And fast too. He lost on time. White is like marginally on the verge of being better. I hate to say he's better because the computer might not agree. Yeah, he's actually worse. Ninja. I'm shocked. It's that high. Okay, now it's coming down to reality. Surprisingly, he has only one move that's not significant advantage to black. Wow. I wouldn't think he's in immediate danger. But I mean, I don't know. I might be threatening rook h5. But I didn't think he was seriously worse. Like, I didn't think he had to play c4. Maybe a5 isn't a good move, man. You know? There's no need to play that. You're putting that pawn on a dark square. It's just a future target. I'm going to play bishop e4 and pick it off later. Yeah, I mean, a5 is just a bad move. This position is virtually equal. This was such a cool idea. I mean, he sacks a pawn here with f4. My God. I don't think I would have had the courage to play this move. So let's see my continuation. E takes f3, g takes f3. Bishop h4 check. What's the difference? I mean, what? Damn, dude, it worked. Are you serious? It worked. Bishop h4 check, the line that I was talking about. Rook f3, gf3, bishop f3. I was looking at this. Why does it? How does this work? Are you kidding me? What? I said this variation. Are you kidding me? Like after king f1, knight d7. Oh my God. I looked at this and I said it's nothing. Wow, so the whole variation works. I can play knight c6 just threatening rook f8. Oh man. If I just analyze one move deeper. I just assumed he would have some way to get out of it. I mean, you would think like queen g2, right? Queen g2, rook f8, king g1, bishop f2 check. Oof. He loses everything. Yeah, I mean, you can't play too many classical games, troll. If you're going to play like classical games, but what are we talking about, you know, by time control? The question was, how many like chess games can you play in a day and have good concentration? Depends on how you define classical. You know, if we're talking about like tournament games, it's 2, probably. All right. That was a good game, but I missed it. Does it matter which way I take on f3 there? This was the game? No, you took the bishop, right? Of course he takes with the bishop because he needs to go to e2. I was also looking at this, but I didn't think it was that clear. Actually, I figured you would castle. You can't castle here. This is obviously better than what I did too. I let him have an equal position. So 2 games that I'm lucky to win on time. El Rosador says, play 1 or 2 classical day. You're starting to again. Good. I mean, it's fine to play blitz, but just keep it encapsulated in a different sort of box. You know, the blitz is different from classical. Bullet is different from blitz. You have to just keep them separated. in your mind as different things. You know, don't mix the blitz with the bullet. Don't mix the bullet with the classical. Try to treat it like it's a different thing. You don't want. I mean, you got great players like Grishuk. Grishuk is an awesome classical player, and he's also an awesome blitz player. But he doesn't play classical like he's playing blitz. Like, I get a lot of people who do that. They're playing blitz like it's bullet, or they're playing like classical like it's blitz or rapid. If you take a great player like Grishuk, he understands like the different time controls are different, and he treats them differently. You know, he uses all his time in classical. He uses all his time in blitz, manages his time the best he can. He does get in time pressure because he's using all of his time. It's normal to get in time pressure. You probably should get in time pressure. All right, Rossador, good to see you. Made it today. You have a tournament in October. Cool. So I haven't heard anything about the well, I don't know what to call it, in England. I haven't heard about any tournaments getting resumed, but I don't know about Ireland. So I mean, I guess I wonder if it's the same in England, if they'll start from now, like resuming over the board tournaments. Obviously, there's a bigger chess scene. Ireland is a small chess scene. All right, good luck. I'm going to play something different next move. Maybe A4. Yes, Troll, it's all made up. There's no virus. Try not to mix pleasure with work. Oh, you mean like the virus is just supposed to kill some people? You know, my kids went back to school this week, and I'm actually really concerned about it. But what are you supposed to do? Rossador fell for my trap. Troll, don't be ridiculous. There's a lot of people who died who wouldn't have died. Let's not spam the fake news in the channel here. All right. Another ambulance. That's the third one, just to show you. There is really a virus. Third one since the morning. So Rossador, it's basically my idea to play the Budapest Gambit in reverse with the extra move A4. It's really hard to find a useful move here to try to play the Budapest Gambit. There was a reason why A3 I didn't like as much. What is it? I guess you can play A3. Maybe that's a better way to do it, but it's not a useful move in the Budapest really, whereas A4 might be. We get the kind of standard rook lift. It also gives us that classic like retreat square for the bishop on c4. Do not try this at home. Budapest Gambit with white. Weird openings Wednesday. It's a beautiful thing. Strange playing the Budapest Gambit with white. The colors seem all wrong. That's the plan. The timing. I don't think I should lift the rook till he's castled. The only other consideration is maybe rook e1. This should be a totally normal Budapest. I have had good success with this. I mean, not with this, but with more unusual openings against Rossador than the mainstream. Come on, guys. Where is everybody? What's going on today? We're streaming till 1:30. It's still early here. You're not castling. Very principled play by Rossador. Maybe I have to give up on the rook transfer. I don't know. If he's not going to castle, even rook e1 might be a mistake. I mean, sometimes the bishop drops back to f1 though. So there's more than one way to play this type of position. We can come back to f1, we can go back to a2. If rook a3 now, knight e5, that's what bothered me. But I have check on b5. Yeah, so this. Check. Standard plan. Knight e5. Knight e5 is a strong move now. Hit my bishop. Hit the knight. Strong threats of c4. But I need to get clearance with the rook so I can get this d3 in. Finally mobilize my bishop. The last component. The components of a strong attack. I remember I had a game with Tom Bartel Spinal Tap chess here. Where I played this line. But Queen d4 seems suspicious. What's that about? Crazy. I don't have anything here for real. Another ambulance. Ambulance for my opponent. Bishop takes h6, queen h6. I don't know. That's a lot of pieces to defend against. Yeah. Budapest reversed with a4. All right. Wow, this is a player I haven't seen in a long time. Pichu 99 from Hungary. I can't even remember what he plays. '83. Not such a bad move, you know. We should try that ourselves. Symmetrical, no. All right, so how do we try to play against this? Knight on a3. My recommendation to people is when they play against slow openings, play like you would be white. You know, if I was white. I play everything. All right. It's sort of difficult to say if it's better to play e5 or d5 here. The knight should be slightly misplaced. Again, all moves are possible. This is the most principled. But I mean, knight a3 is not ridiculous. Of course, it's a Benoni type of structure. It's just basically playing a kind of reverse Benoni, which is inherently reasonable. Welcome guys to my stream. Tomorrow night we have our subscriber stream. So if you are a subscriber to the stream, which I hope you are, please join us Thursday night and submit a game to be analyzed. We have up to 10 games we'll go over tomorrow night's stream. I was just thinking whether to play bishop b4 check or not. This is what like Leela chess. Leela would probably play this. I was looking at something similar yesterday. Different position, but okay, it's not an unknown idea. Against the Schmid Benoni with white, like I think one of the best setups is normally bishop c4. It looks strange because the bishop itself is blocked, but it inhibits e3. Inhibitions. And then I can play f6, knight g6. I want to reinforce e5. Obviously a5 is a standard move. Bishop g4 would be the most active way to develop the other bishop here. Maybe I should play... I mean, my concern, of course, there was b4. This is a serious threat. He could trade his b-pawn for my e-pawn, then he would be better. I could have considered something different, like queen d6. As I mentioned earlier, knight g6. Or, of course, f6. But I think with all those moves, like a5 is probably the most useful. It gains space, it gives my rook squares. It's the most constructive, let's say. This is not a bad square for the queen. Some lateral mobility. Rook b1, that looks good. Okay, so now where to put my bishop? The queen d6 thing is queen d6, a3, a4, b4 takes, rook takes. But if queen d6, he has knight d2. That's going to be a problem with queen d6. I may want to keep my bishop here on c8 to keep b7 protected in the event the b file opens up. Alright, let's try it. If knight d2 or something, I could just move my queen to g6. Actually, that bishop is kind of awkward as well. Maybe I'm in trouble. Maybe this doesn't work here because of my knight on e7. Maybe this is a blunder. This plan might only work with a knight on f6, covering e4. The queen isn't the problem, the bishop is the problem. The bishop can't retreat back to e7. So knight d2, queen g6, knight e4. I'll have to play like b6 or something. I'd have to play something really weird. He missed it. He missed it. He still has knight g5, potentially. Knight g5, e4. I mean, I guess, you know what? Maybe I'm freaking out. I can play f5. Even that variation, like knight d2, f5, knight b3. That's pretty weird. I guess f5 wasn't so bad. All right. Now, clearly he's trying to strengthen b4. But now e5 is protected, so I can do knight b4. Knight b4, knight a3, knight a2, knight b5. It's kind of awkward. Knight b4, the idea that if he takes, his position is bad. Knight b4, knight a3. Now both our knights are misplaced. Knight takes a2, knight b5, and then, yeah, I'm screwed. So that's not happening. All right. We need to make progress on the king side. So what's the plan? Bishop g4? How can I play without playing bishop g4? What else is my plan here? What other plan do I have? h6 seems like a weird move. Taking away g5. We're just taking away the g5 square, but we're not really improving our position that much. Maybe I have bishop f5, bishop h2 as a retreat square. How do we evaluate the position? What about knight a3 for white? He could change plans back to knight a3, knight b5. If he plays knight b5, all right. I guess I play bishop g4, knight a3, bishop g4. That's the next move here. Bishop g4 or bishop f5? Probably bishop g4. You could play more conservatively with like bishop e6, I guess. This is a weird square. e1. It looks like he could be in danger if the e-file were to open up. Rook e8, if black played for e4. Queen e1 seems sort of unnatural. Bishop f5 is tempting. All right. Really almost choosing a move at random. Typically it'll be like a3, a4, knight b4, and then white tries to get his knight in the game. There's also a3, a4, b4, takes, rook takes. That may not be that bad for white. It makes me regret playing bishop f5, because my one idea was that my bishop was protecting b7 in these lines. If the b file opens up, you know, that's going to be kind of an asset. This bishop is effectively developed from c8. My rook is going to come in the a file. I don't need to connect my rooks. And now a4 is a surprising move. Another ambulance. That's the 5th ambulance this morning outside my house. I did not notice this stuff when the fan was on. It's like the white noise. I'm going to turn it back on even though it's not hot. Driving me crazy, man. I need the white noise maker. Alright. There's something to that, man. It's good for your psychological health. Something soothing about the sound of the fan. So obviously we're sacrificing back our piece here. The question that arises is the best way to do it. Like, I could play knight ec6. b6 unfortunately weakens my b7 pawn. Whatever. Crazy. Just a crazy position. Wow. Pretty incredible. The game started with the knight a3 move. Wow. Truly a tough battle. Yeah, that's not happening. Not today. Not next week. Or the week after that. It's almost like he's trying to set up some sort of trap here. He's trying to cheapo me with queen c1. But maybe I'm reading into it. This pawn is a serious liability. It might even bring him down. Whoa. Is my queen trap? Why did I go there? Oh, he doesn't have rook d2. Why didn't I take his pawn on h2? Yeah, the end was poorly played by both of us, but seemed critical to me. We got to this position. Dracofire, thanks. Good wacky weird morning. I managed to get the advantage here. It was a tough battle, though. Alright, good game. So, knight a3, Brodinsky. Princess Chess, thank you for the greeting. Thanks to Dracofire for the gift, 300 bits. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in to Weird Openings Wednesday. Gonna try to play an Alekhine. It's not that weird of an opening, but I don't play it. I don't get to play it much. I should have played knight g8. Okay, let's try something a little bit unusual with c6. Yeah, that was a tough fight, Pichu. Kind of typical Schmid-Benoni. Yeah, I thought maybe you were alright once you traded so many pieces. Well, it was a tiny bit overextended, but probably it's not that bad. I wasn't sure about e4, but I mean, you have to do something. So, Alekhine's defense with c6. This is pretty unusual. I would imagine that white should probably play c4 here. But this is a tame move. Well, it's just a move. I mean, bishop c4 is reasonable. I almost feel like I'm playing the c3 Sicilian. Bishop g4 or g6. Which kind of setup do you want to play? I guess bishop g4. We're putting pressure on the e5, threatening to take here. This isn't really an extremely weird opening. The knight f5 was tempting, but then I have g6. I didn't really see it in advance. I had the idea. Then you're just losing time. It's great weather here in Budapest to cool down, and it had been like crazy hot this summer, but it's really, really nice now. If any of you ever decide to visit Budapest or Hungary, Central Europe in general, the best time to go is like the shoulder months or whatever, what they call like April, May. September, October is great here. Alright, I'm just happy the heat finally stopped. 97. Yeah, white played this correctly. I mean, you have to probably take. You don't want me to take and then take on e5 and have a weak pawn on e5. I need to develop. So I'm not sure about e6 or knight d7, if it really makes a difference. Welcome everyone to the stream. We're going to be streaming for another hour, 15 minutes till 1:30, so we're only halfway through. Dracfire sent us a little donation. It's 18 Celsius. Xerox. You're in Sweden, right? b3. So that's a neat trap. Bishop a3. We had really hot weather, but it's a high pressure system that just came in. So it's like the first cool air we've had since I can remember. That's really chilly. But we would get that sometimes in the United States where I lived. Weather like that would maybe randomly in early September drop down. So I'm used to that changing of seasons. But here in Budapest it can still be hot through September. So that bishop a3 is an annoying move, man. It's gonna kind of change everything. So what do? I like take with my knight on f8? This is odd. This is a possibility. Well, queen f4 messes him up. I have bishop takes f3 right away. He could play bishop takes d5, but I don't think that changes anything. Bishop d5, c d5, bishop f8, bishop f3. He doesn't have time for knight d2. So now I like black's position, unless he has some sort of trick here, which he might. The structure is very favorable for black. This is maybe not even the pawns themselves, but like this square, for example, becomes a very strong outpost. Obviously the pawns are a long-term problem. Wait, I don't know which way to take here. I guess I should consider castling queenside. Taking with the knight is almost like undeveloping. That's a really tough recapture. It's going to go back up. I didn't know it was going to get that hot again. Yeah, it said 8. I saw it. Well, my weather is on Fahrenheit. I have my settings on Fahrenheit when I look at it online, so I saw, I don't know, I saw like high 80s, but I guess around 90. So we're going to go back up into the heat. But that is typical for September. It can stay very hot. But it can be really nice too. Okay, what am I doing? I'm going to put my king on g7. White's still not that bad here. He has fairly good control of the center. This static weakness, not that easy to exploit. Maybe objectively I should put my king on e7. I think I probably made the wrong move. You know, I should have taken with a rook and castle queen side. Objectively. Bringing my rook to d8 would have been... Now this is a bad move by white, I think. Pretty clearly. Giving up bishop for knight. CD leaves us with a more dynamic pawn structure. Maybe it's not such a bad move. Because he has this c4 break. White is not that far from... technically not that far from equalizing. He insta-played c4 without even seeing what my recapture was. It's funny. Definitely want to keep the knights on the board if you're playing for a win. I'd be much better off if I had castle queenside now with my king, not interfering with my rooks. That was a huge mistake. So I've never played this player before. Oh, I did. He has a draw already against me. Wow. Well, like a full game into a king and pawn game draw. That's disturbing. Alright. So he's already played this king and pawn game draw against me. And he's 1800. And he's faster than me. That's not a good sign. Have I ever experienced tornadoes? Actually, last year was like my biggest tornado experience. When I lived in New Jersey, we had like really small ones. What is this guy's deal? How is he 1800? Yeah, we had a pretty bad tornado in Massachusetts, which was very unusual. What is this guy's deal? How can he be 1800 in blitz? And be that fast and that good? That he already drew a game against me. Now I blundered. Maybe not. Yeah, last year we had a really bad tornado in the summer. It tore through like... I was in the supermarket when it happened, and well, the power went out in the supermarket. We had heard this like tornado warning, but it just didn't happen like where I live. So we're sort of like, we're like, what? Tornado warning? This player is sort of ridiculously good for his rating. finally succumbs in a king and pawning game, playing too fast. So it just tore down like tons and tons of trees along the main street outside the supermarket. I was like, whoa. It had ripped this like path of destruction. But in the northeast part of the United States, it's very, very unusual. Maybe because of climate change. But like, I had lived in Boston for 15 years and in the area for years. Never seen like a tornado firsthand. We got the light again. The beam of light blinding the webcam. I can't get away from it there. I guess, yeah, I mean, people keep rebuilding well. I don't know how people do that in places that get regular tornadoes and hurricanes. It seems insane. All right, unusual openings. That was an Instructive king and pawn game. I mean, I'm not 100% sure it's a forced win, but so what can I do in this Queen's Gambit? Play something weird. It's hard to come up with an unusual idea, but let's play Queen C2. Hyper early Queen C2. Is this rated? Alright, I was scared it was like a rated game. I didn't really check who my opponent was, but it turns out to be a 2205. No rated challenges. Secret rated. I'm not ready for that. Yeah, I can't imagine people who build in places that are environmentally dangerous. But if you have enough insurance, like where we lived in Massachusetts, if you're close enough to the beach, you have to pay for flood insurance within a certain distance. That's like an extra. For example, I don't know if there's like tornado insurance. I imagine insurance is higher in high tornado areas. Basically, we're transposing to a Catalan, so this is not an unusual opening. Early Queen C2, though. If you buy a place that has a high risk of flood, get flood insurance. I mean, it's probably a couple $100 more, maybe $100 a month. I don't know how much it costs exactly. All right, I'm going to preempt B5 and go back. Black's plan in such structures is to play C5. I guess the question is, like, what's the best way to do it? Yeah, you don't get tornadoes in Europe. It's kind of weird, you know, why is that? They get them in the UK a little bit, right? You can get a tornado. The odd tornado in the United Kingdom. Little ones. I guess they really like wide open spaces. Knight B5. Oh, we're out of here. So maybe C5. How to punish early Queen C2? Well, it's possible that the way to punish it is to play the closed, some kind of closed Catalan. Like, well, on move 4, I don't know. I would try to think of a way to punish the position of the queen by maybe, like, you know, closed Catalan, bishop e7, c6, b6, bishop a6, like a quick rook c8. Try to get a setup where you can quickly get your rook to c8 and take advantage of the queen on c2. That would be the first thing that I can think of. Now he has bishop e4. That's awkward. I feel like this almost transposes to some sort of normal open Catalan now. You can see moves like bishop e4. Normally, like, you don't trade with white. Obviously, we're not going to trade bishop for knight for no reason, but in the Catalan, I'm first of all taking away his ability to play c5. There are also endgames where I can play, I mean, maybe this should be considered here, but knight e5 right away. I probably should have played that. Trading the white square bishops is generally, like, good. Then we get good control of c6. Yeah, in retrospect. In retrospect, I'm being too dogmatic here. I should definitely play knight e5. I guess bishop g2, king g2, queen d5, check f3 or something. I have good control of c6. It's possible that black can equalize there. I don't know. Yeah, tornado in New Jersey. Like, I lived in New Jersey before I moved to New England. Before I moved to Hungary, I lived in 3 places: New Jersey, Boston, and Hungary. And Hungary doesn't have tornadoes, but New Jersey had some small tornadoes. It's not like the Midwest where you get major tornadoes. The East Coast doesn't really get tornadoes. But New Jersey sort of got like small ones. But I never saw a big one, and I lived there for like 17 years. But in neighboring states like Pennsylvania, if you go to western Pennsylvania, just, 1,000 miles, less than 1,000 miles, you can start to get really big tornadoes. Queen a8, a great move. Wow. Mr. Coffee should be here for the discussion because he's a little closer to that region. But I have to talk to a meteorologist why we don't get tornadoes in Europe. This guy seems pretty good. We've never played before. I'm trying to hold him up. This is the vital point of the position. Do not let black play c5. If black plays c5, he frees his game. Pretty much all my eggs are in one basket, as the Easter Bunny would say. Padron Antoni, is it okay if I challenge you with a white game? Well, yes, sure. Knight b4. Knight b4, pretty annoying move. So, I don't really have a choice. Now he has possibly this move. He can free that square. I mean, at least like he can get my rook off c6. But there's other problems. What's he going to do? Bishop d6, knight e4. I mean, I feel like black should probably be able to hold on here, but it's an unpleasant position. Very typical. The sun is there again. Yeah, we're totally in the zone. I'm not used to this good weather. Very light turnout today. What's going on? Yesterday we had lots of viewers. Very slow Wednesday. The stream isn't listed on lichess. Are you kidding me? You're telling me that now? Why is the stream not listed on lichess? Are you just guessing? It should be listed on lichess. Why would it not be? Another bug? Yeah, there's no streams listed on lichess. Oh no. Is it that again? Yeah. Is it again where there's like no streams listed? Yeah, they're at it again. There've been a lot of bugs lately. That's why we have no viewers. I was wondering why when I like came to sign in, there was no other streamers listed. One of those people who streams 24 hours a day wasn't on there, and I was like, wait, that's weird. Troll. Why the Silence of the Lambs? That just makes you happy? I thought Esterman maybe took the day off to go to the day spa or something. But that explains everything. It's simply just a bug. Maybe they're updating something. But that hurts. Yeah, because we lose like half of our viewers when they do that. They've been implementing a lot of new features on the site. So yesterday, we were complaining about the pairing system. We had all sorts of weird problems with the tournament. Like we played Swiss Blitz yesterday. And how do I make progress here? This is a bit of a problem. Oh, I see. Not going to be so easy. See, the problem is if I... Oh, now he let me get it in. But if I otherwise... I would have had a problem playing knight b4. Still not getting it. Black's defending this very toughly. He's defending toughly. What's the Donald Trump word again? Bigly. Playing quite bigly. Duh. He's not going to give me a second chance. Sees everything. Well, we sort of barely won that, but I mean, I think he was holding. It's probably okay. A4 was the last try to sort of mix it up, but I think he should hold on here. Let's see. Computer thinks I'm winning, but I thought he could hold on. I thought he had like knight b6 now. Still not an easy win. But at least I found a4. That was a good try. Best move. If I don't find that, it's hard to make progress. Alright. Next game, Antony. Are you challenging me with white? You're welcome for the game, Asif. So, it's funny when you get those white challenges, and you know what I mean? Like, isn't it weird that it doesn't notify you that that's what it's about? Like, shouldn't it say, like, Antony challenging with white or something, you know? That's, like, keeping it secret is weird. I wanted to try the Dutch. It should say, like, Antony white. You know, would that be that difficult to work into the code? Because I think that people do that to me sometimes when I'm streaming. Like, I play like 17 games with white or 17 games with black in a row. Antonio. I don't like the stonewall, but or do you guys think we should do like a Simon Williams? Nah. No, I don't like the Simon Williams. It's pretty bad. I take the stonewall. It's played by 2 world champions, Botvinnik and Carlsen. Stonewall's got to be better. I prefer the Leningrad, but I played a game like that against Antony last week. Simon William. With white, I lost in the bishop f4 once. A very horrible game. In first Saturday IM tournament in the 90s. Like 98, 97, 1997. It still irks me. Like, I don't remember. I got crushed with white. Like, how do you get crushed with white? Maybe not crushed. I'll have to go back and find that game and understand why I lost so bad. So Antony playing knight c3, that's the move that I've been recommending to people. But do you know what you're doing here? Because that's not the traditional move. Okay. This is what I recommended. I used to play like the standard. I mean, all my life, basically. I played standard sort of Petrosian setup here with b3, bishop b2, knight on bd2, knight e5, knight f3, or knight e1, knight d3. The knights track through the f3 and d3 squares, try to control e5 and f4. But I relatively, in the last 5 years or so, I started to play this myself. You should hang out with Andras Shadorian. You would like him, troll and roll. In the 1996 Vienna Open, the players who won the most games with black were supposed to get a free rainbow chess set. But Adorian just like disappeared and never gave out the prizes or whatever. I think I was supposed to get a rainbow chess set. I had like 4 wins with black or something. And very, very disappointed even to this day. Alright. So, I want to know where my rainbow chess set is on Rush. What are we supposed to do facing this ourselves? I'm not sure if Queen E7 really makes a lot of sense here. But I am out of my element. So Antoni's probably got his source from somewhere else, but I recommended this and had been playing it myself with white. He probably saw it in a reliable book or something. So B4, it might be a threat. I don't see how it works, honestly. How can B4 work? Okay, now I probably blundered, unless I sack a pawn. Bob sack a pawn to... Damn. See, this is the problem when you're not familiar with the opening. You make really, really stupid mistakes. Don't do this, ever. Now I'm going to have to sacrifice a pawn unsoundly. Or just have a horrible position. Yeah, no problem at all. Well, I mean, if chess was in the sports world... Yeah, seriously. They should change it to neutral colors. Whatever. Alright, so Antony, what are you doing? Black should move first. Black moves matter. Dorian would be happy, though. He was like the ultimate defender of black. I actually think I play better with black than with white, too. But Antony, so here, the critical question is like CD5. If CD5, you have the C file with knight B5, and I have a terrible position. So knight on BD7 is a mistake. I'm supposed to play knight E4, I think. But after that knight E4, next time I would play that. But knight on BD7, CD. If ED, you play queen takes F5. Now the question is, do I have any compensation? I could play like CD, ED, CD, ED, queen takes F5, knight C5, threatening your queen. Your queen has to go back. Then maybe knight E4. And I can set up stuff like bishop F5 quickly on your queen on C2. But I'm skeptical as to whether black has enough compensation for the pawn. C5 is, it's a move. Don't I have E5 now? We're golden. Golden oldies. Now it's possible that white is even worse after E5. Perhaps he can maintain his extended pawn at C5 and just be okay. It's like the Slav when black breaks out with E5. This looks pretty bad for white. You have to take. Nothing to think about here. Next move, you can think about it. There's a lot of new features on lichess. See the half for the offer draw? That's new. The new bogus pairing system in the Swiss tournaments is new. Bad tie breaks. We had a bad pairing yesterday. Now Antonia's just falling apart. Maybe I have to be a little bit careful not to get ahead of myself. If knight g4, knight d1, and white defends, so I just eat this pawn. I'll content myself with an extra pawn. It's a pity to abandon the diagonal. It's a pipe dream. Queen c4. It's kind of a weird move. I'm like trying to get my queen trapped or something. Cheapos. Right, no, it's a good idea. It is hard to resign by clicking the draw button. We've all done that before with the old way. This was the cheapo. Antonia is now used to classical time controls. He's playing in an over-the-board tournament. Are you playing today? Now he's spoiled with a longer time control. Forgot how to play blitz. I should just take that pawn on b4. Alright, that's it. So, look at this position. Rook b1. I guess queen e7 was okay. Damn, dude, my move is the main move here? What? But it doesn't mean it's the best move because it's the most common move. I thought this is just patently a mistake. I think I'm supposed to play knight e4. But there is this move b4. So I guess the jury is still out. How does that work? I forget. Knight e4, b4, bishop b4, c5. Bishop b4. There's something tricky here. Knight e4. Oh yeah, bishop g5. Okay. One of Antoni's countrymen. The first to play this trick. Now I remember. Good to review that though. So strangely, this is okay. I don't get it. Why isn't c takes d good for white? So you really can do this. Oh no. 94? Yeah, I missed 94. I was looking at knight c5. My evaluation there was correct, but this is a much stronger move, apparently. After this, white's queen is cut off from the rest of the family. Sent to the old folks' home. Wow, okay. Well, that's good to remember. So knight bd7 isn't a mistake. And let's see, your move. I have doubts about c5, but maybe it's not that bad. I don't like this, man. Bishop f4 right away. Played by Swap Neil. It also has a bad evaluation according to Stockfish. So what are you supposed to do here? I played the best defense and I didn't even know it. Okay, so you don't have to take the pawn. cd5, ed5, bishop g5. Well, anyway, I don't know. This deserves closer examination. You've raised an interesting question there, calling that system into doubt. Okay, guys, it's 12:55. I have time for 2 or 3 more games. So, also, don't forget to please donate and support the stream. And submit a game for our Thursday subscriber stream. We'll be here 6:30 tomorrow night, Central European time. And I'll be going over 10 games from the subscribers. Yeah, I mean, I'm unsure. Maybe this is the best. I mean, it is a shame to play this exchange. It doesn't look like... Alright, what happens if b4 again? Well, now it's not working. It only works on 94. So I guess I probably played like a3 when I was white. Is this the guy from the streamer battle? Milikovic? From the Serbian guys in the streamer battle? Maybe a3, Antoni. Here's a game. There's a couple games with good players as black. Frejane and Nikolic. I mean, normally this is frowned upon. But I would give this some serious analysis. Wow, e4. So that's out. Neither of the good players played that, so they both played either knight e4 or a5. Atzel Gergo has a game too, wow. One of my friends here from Hungary. And, yeah, I mean, this seems like the best way, a3 probably. I'm not worried about that other line, that looks pretty good. Takes an e4. This looks fairly dynamic, although it is sharp. Black structure is destroyed. I mean, anytime you play the Stonewall, you don't want your pawn structure to get broken up. Now his pawn structure is just like a total mess. I mean, even though white has an isolated pawn and he's down a pawn temporarily, I would think this has to be only better for white. It's a pretty ugly structure, and our bishop is just like buried at c8. Anyway, guys, I'm going to take this challenge from Stroll and Roll, but if anyone else would like to play, we have time for a couple more games. Probably 2 more challenges. Another Chess 960. There is a streamer battle on Sunday. Actually, it was just set up today. So I have to enter that. Yep. Streamer battle on Sunday. When does your tournament finish, Antoni? How many more rounds? You have 7? No, just 5 more rounds. Okay. I keep forgetting it's a 7-round rather than a 9-round tournament. I'm used to like European tournaments being 9 rounds. No losing for you. If you don't play, you can't lose. You heard it here first. Yeah, I mean 7-round tournaments are still common. Slav defense. Everyone sent angry messages to lichess complaining that the streamer notifications don't work anymore. There was a point where it went on for like a month where they didn't fix that. Not that long ago. It was like maybe in March or April. It took them forever to like fix it so the streamer notifications were back on. And now it's like broken again. Don't fix it if it's not broke. B3 is a cool idea. Where am I going to put my queen? Am I going to play like G5, G4? Even then I'd have nowhere to put the queen. That's ridiculous. Where is my queen going to go? It can't go here. It can't go to like G6. It can't go to G5. It has to get out of the way for me to castle. Yeah, this is really an annoying position. Bishop G4 allows F3. I don't like that either. Man, this is tough. What am I supposed to do? Knight E6. Just not a great square. Man. H5. Why am I inclined to play H5 since I'm never going to castle, I guess, because I can't move my queen. Maybe we should just relinquish ourselves to... It seems like a weakening move too. Relinquish ourselves? I'm having trouble with vocabulary. Something to do with brain fog. Brain fog and vocabulary. Man, I don't know what to do. Whew, this is an awful move. It's like the worst move ever. Resign. It's fine. Now my king's on a normal square. There. Good luck with your castling, troll. Have fun with castling. You know, now I realize though the secret the secret to the position must have been like to not play knight f6 or something. You know, maybe the only way to get the queen in the game would have been to play f6 or f5 myself and then move the queen out, because other than that, like, there's no way to get it out. Troll is killing me. Unless I can play f6, as I said, but I can't. Castling long is awful in the Slav structure. Sometimes black castles long in the Slav. I just can't imagine doing it here. Now what am I going to do? My central pawn is hanging. Draw? I offer a draw. Bishop h6, knight g4. He accepted the draw. That's his first draw in a long time. I want to just challenge you guys to guess black's disadvantage here. I mean, I don't like offering draws, but I thought I'm almost lost, actually, in this position. I don't mind getting a draw if I have like a lost position, you know? I mean, I bet I'm like -2. Let's see what Stockfish says. Yeah, it's right. I'm right close to the money. -1.7. It's a disaster. I'm going up to +2, which is my prediction. That would be like a good training tool, actually. You know, because my theory is that if you can evaluate positions correctly, you know, that's the key to being a strong player. Tactics, puzzles, whatever. It'd be a cool training tool to actually have to guess the computer's evaluation of positions, you know. If you can do that, it's a good measure of how strong a player you are, I think. But it's dropping down to 1.6 now. But I seriously hated my position. Man, good game. And Tony, you can always evaluate positions. You're always worse. Alright, let's see. Not in the mood for chess 960 today. Alright, let's give him the immediate Benoni. The old Benoni. Some people call this the old Benoni. I don't know. The E6 is Franco Benoni. Unfortunately, I think Tony is just going to transpose Tony Benoni. Sorry, that's a bad joke. Yesterday we managed to take Alms out with an early 97, but it was a different move order. We'll see what White does here. Knight F3. Is there any threat? So if bishop g7, can White take on e6? And on bishop takes e6, play like bishop f4 or something? I mean, I don't think that's a problem. The c4 pawn is under attack, so we'll have counterplay. Bishop g5 here, very seriously close to what I had yesterday with Alms. Bishop g5, knight e7. e4 would transpose. Yeah, well, I thought this was chess 962. That's why I'm playing stupidly here. Weird Benoni. Okay, g3. Huh. That's interesting. So if I face g3, what do I do? Is there some way I can benefit by not playing knight f6 against g3? I've never faced g3 with this move order. I mean, even f5 is a consideration. But I don't think like knight e7, knight f5 is very effective against this g3. It feels like I have to just go back into normal Benoni. f5 would be like a Benoni Dutch. Denoni. Dunoni. What's a Benoni Dutch? Butch. A Denoni. I just want to get Antoni out of his preparation. Something unusual, but There just is nothing special. Benuch. If I play f5, my g5 square is really weak, and my e6 square is really weak. And I'm going to have to be careful. That's pretty psycho. It's like a weird Leningrad Dutch after f5. Another interesting opening that Antoni's probably never faced is the Clarendon Court. Maybe I should have tried that with f5. I only had to face that ever like once. I played this guy from Syria, a FIDE master. He played the Clarendon Court against me. He was talking some trash after the game when he lost. And I said to my friend, "Who's sorry now?" I didn't like the guy though, because he was a snake oil salesman. He lied about his credentials. As a chess teacher, he was lying about his title, claiming he was an IM when he wasn't. That's bad. No respect for people who lie. So a4 right away. Wow, that seems weird. You'd think in today's society lying was normal, right? Donald Trump normalizes lies. But a4 right away. I want to play knight a6. Do I have time? That's the question. Yeah, it's fine. I guess if knight b5 I can play knight. Well, I can play anything. Yeah, knight b5, knight e, knight b4. So is there something wrong with this move order? Maybe a4 is bad because of knight a6? Could it be? Normally white plays a4 in response to a6. This is a good plan, of course. He's also stopping the free maneuver knight e4. Knight b4, knight c4. I don't want to get rolled in the center. Unfortunately, my familiarity with the Benoni is not that good. Knight b4. Knight c4 would give him double threats of knight b5 and bishop f4. I can always play bishop f8 if I have to. But sometimes it's better to have the knight's ability to retreat here. That's really a problem now. So I am in trouble. We'll confuse him. Confusing the issue. Chess is only complicated if someone thinks. I'm paraphrasing what No Problem at All said. That's like my joke about no brain, no pain. That's what I'm trying to say. Obviously, if you don't think, it doesn't hurt, you know. Your brain doesn't hurt. Damn. What am I going to do now? Desperate. I don't like this. I'm getting squeezed. Can I go back to f5 still? Looks very creepy. Knight c4, bishop f5. Whoa. And Tony, what's that about? He ruined his whole game. He was too concerned about my knight on b4. I don't think I had any legitimate threats. Just sitting there on b4. But my experience is oftentimes that knight doesn't literally do anything. That's a good move. Damn. Queen c2 is a good move. Just when I thought you were going to collapse, you stayed sane. Very good move. Queen c2. Probably I should consider h5. I have noticed that Tony is a little reserved with his pawns. Not always. We had some games in the Bogo Indian where he overextended a little bit. But the biggest problem I find with players under 2000 is they don't understand pawn play. They're oftentimes just like playing with the pieces and not with the pawns at all. Obviously, pawns are critical. Really should have considered h5 first. Yeah, he hung a pawn. Give me that. Punk. Pumpkin. It's morning, it's alright. He's not awake yet. He didn't have his premium Italian coffee this morning. Uh-oh. That I don't like. I don't like that move. Why are you bothering me? Queen d3 is a nice move. Nice plan. Damn. Bishop g7. Oh no. You believed me. Never listen to your opponent. Alright. You're not tuned into the stream while you're playing, are you? Man, this was a disaster for me. I wonder. Wow, G3 is the #1 move in the Opening Explorer. That's wild. Now I have nothing better than to transpose to mainline Benoni. Yeah. Here we go. Wow, A4 is very uncommon. So who's played knight A6? Some good players. White is +1 according to the engine after knight A6. So that concerns me. Although it's stockfish, you can cut its evaluations in half. Knight E4 is the move. Actually, Antoni should know this. Maybe he does know this. Damn, we had this position before. So this is actually A5. It's a slightly different position. Interesting stuff, Antoni. We played a similar position once before, but it was slightly different move order. But the move order was different. I mean, you didn't play a4 before I played a6 in our other game. I must have played a6 first, and you responded with a4, and then I played rook e8. That's what happened. So knight d2 is the best move. But that's a different position. This is weird. So I'm playing rook e8, a4. Why is the score so good for black after knight e4? I haven't played a6 here. See, that's the difference. There's a major difference. This isn't as accurate for white. The fact that I haven't played a6 is a big deal in this position. That's why it's okay for black. But I didn't take advantage of it. I just played knight a6. I thought knight a6 was logical, but it sucks. Kronislav Hulak played the Benoni against Norwood. It's kind of ironic since Norwood is like a Benoni expert. He wrote a book on the opening. Dumb opening choices. And that other guy. I played both those guys. Maybe that was the same tournament. Cornet was not that high rated when I played him. Anyways, I have the win and a draw against them. Alright guys, no last challenges. I gotta go. Last challenge, no chess 960, no troll. Otherwise we're gonna just keep analyzing this Benoni. Strange that knight a6 is bad. So a6 just transposes. I have to go knight e4. So you shouldn't play a4, Tony. You're making a mistake here. It's funny, the engine is actually recommending a4 for a moment there. What about your bishop f4? Yeah. Actually now knight a6. But I still think like this main line is good. Lichess used to play this with white religiously. a6, a4, knight on bd7, knight c4, knight b6, knight a3, bishop d7, a5, knight c8, stuff like this, knight c4. I mean, if I play this, I would probably play something like this. Knight on c8 is always good. Black has a good score here. Computer thinks white is better, but it's tedious to play this type of position. You must resist. I'm trying to remember what my friend used to play. I guess he had some games with knight e5. Like, that's the other line. Knight e5, knight a3, and knight h5. This was it. Black has a good score here, too. It's tedious business playing the white side of Fianchetto Benoni. Yeah, I don't know, Antonio. I guess bishop f4 is safer. You know, I understand why that move might be recommended. Bishop f4. Now knight a6 is the best score for black. Rook e1. Stockfish has exaggerated evaluations. I was talking to someone who's been working with lichess, and I haven't really worked with lichess, but basically, like, everything that Stockfish says is usually like what I thought. It's basically inflated. Like, all of the evaluations from Stockfish seem like to be double what they really should be in the real world. White's advantage here is probably half as much as it thinks, realistically. Mega Chess Hunter. Can't forget a name like that. So here the computer says white is better by a pawn, but I mean, that's exaggerated. He's not up any material. Black's position is not that bad. It shouldn't be like plus 1 point something for white. I mean, white is maybe half pawn better. Right, in the bishop f4, if you're playing bishop f4 right away, you mean people play here directly? Just don't go to e3. You could probably sacrifice an exchange here for black and it would be perfectly sound. I'd love to do that. But, well, I mean, bishop c1 is a draw by repetition, so that doesn't seem like a good idea. Mega Chess Hunter. I can play one last 5+3 game. No, I mean, you have to play bishop g5. I guess this is the point. Well, I don't like that d2 gets in the way of the knight maneuver. Bishop e3 is out of the question. So you have to go to g5. You only go to d2 if you have no choice, like white played, I don't know, f3 or something. I mean f6. Now we go to d2. You could even potentially go to c1 there, keeping the d2 square free for the knight. That bishop is, well, it is developed from its original square on c1. So, alright guys, I got a video to do, so I'm going to take off. We're going to be back tomorrow night with a subscriber stream, so if you'd like to join us, 6:30 p.m. CEST on Thursday. And everybody have a great afternoon. I'm going to get to work on my chess video. So take care. Hey, thanks everybody. We'll see you Thursday night. Don't forget to submit a game for our subscriber stream on Thursday. Thank you guys. Bye-bye. Good luck to Antony in his tournament today. Bye guys.